So, yeah, late night horror stories part 2. You want to hear horror stories? Oh, I got horror stories. People seem to like the horror stories, so I'm going to tell more of those. All true. All true. So, anyway, around the time that, once again, I was going through false allegations with this one woman, and my roommate was also going through false allegations with his with his woman. There's this guy I talk to from time to time. He's the manager of a store now. And, we ask each other how we're doing. We've known each other off and on. We've hung out outside of his work a little bit here and there. When I was married, his kids would come over, hang out with my kids. He has custody. He's one of the few guys I know that has custody of their kids. And one of the ones that probably deserves it. So anyway, yeah, I'm telling him my story, and he tells me, we're trading stories. He tells me about his ex-girlfriend. You're gonna love this. Oh my God, you're gonna love this. So one night he's hanging out with her, and he says something. He tells the truth about something that she doesn't like. So she begins to basically start screaming at him and attacking him. So he picks up his cell phone to try to call 911. And just as he goes to pick it up, she whacks it out of his hand, smashes it. So he gets up and basically, she's attacking him, so he runs from her. And he grabs the cordless phone off the wall and quick dials 911. So while he's running around on the phone calling 911, she's got a towel in her hand, and she's trying to shove the towel in his mouth so that he can't talk to the dispatcher. Yeah, lovely. So anyway, to make a long story short, the police arrest her. Oh, cool, you're like, oh, yay, you're like justice. The police arrested her. This woman got arrested. Unfortunately, within the next couple days or whatever, next day or two, he goes to court because she gets a restraining order on him. So they arrest her, and then they give her a restraining order on him. So he shows up for court, and she shows up all glammed up, all dolled up with makeup and beautiful red dress, looking hot, high heels. And even though the police arrested her for assaulting him, the judge granted her a restraining order on him. And he said he just stood there in front of the judge like, really? And the judge said, yep. So there's that. I know this guy very well, too. Anyway. And, man, you just have no idea. And the social workers, I know a guy was telling me about how one of the social workers that was working on his case, he knows a guy that basically porked her outside of a bar that she was working at near the dumpster. And then they went, that's the kind of woman you want deciding if you can keep your kids or not, that gets nailed by strangers next to dumpsters and alleyways, right? And it goes on. It's even worse. I mean, I know things I don't even know about these social workers talking about how they used to do cocaine, how people in law enforcement used to help them get cocaine. One of the social workers that I caught when we were married, because they were constantly trying to get my wife's kids away from her. And as much as I detest these women, I would rather them have custody of the children. I just wish that they would, when these women are overburdened, force them to let the kids go stay with the fathers. Live, if they got like 5 kids, maybe a couple of them should go live with their dads. So anyway, but nope, can't. That's not gonna happen, man. And if you try to make it happen, you're gonna get put in a jail cell. So anyway, yeah, this social worker, when I was with my wife, I should look this up. So I think it's creatinine levels, something like that. It's like certain levels that they check that a hospital or a doctor can check to see if you've been doing drugs or something like that. I can't remember precisely, but we go to the she's been in trouble. She had been in trouble for drugs at one point, and nothing bad. She just had a little pill habit or whatever. I don't know, but anyway, so she has CPS in her life, so I'm fighting to help her get her kids back. And so she has to go down and pee in a cup for a while, and this would happen. I think this went on. Yeah, she was already in this when I met her, and so the lady says at the interview, well, the creatinine levels in your urine were off, and it looks like that you've been trying to hide that you've been doing drugs. And I said, so she came up positive? Well, she didn't come up positive, but she didn't come up quite negative either, the social worker says to me, right? And I'm afraid that, we're going to have to, take full custody of your kids completely. Like they were going to take her kids completely. That's when they really, that's when they get sent off to the rapists and the satanic cults and sent off to other countries. They'll fight with you for a while, test you, but if you lose custody, they're gone. You'll never see those kids again. But anyway, so I'm like, I don't like that. So we're gonna go. Let's go talk to a doctor, a real doctor. So we go to her. It was like her primary care physician, and we tell her what's going on, and the doctor says they can't test that in urine. You have to take a blood sample to test those levels. The doctor says. She goes, give me their number. I'm going to call them up. So our doctor called our social worker and told her that she was going to get in trouble for practicing medicine and that she didn't know what she was talking about. So we caught this lady lying, trying to take my ex-wife's kids away. Incredible. Just incredible. So we did get her kids back. To no avail for me. Once again, that whole Brefalt's law where anything that you've already done is in the past and doesn't matter anymore. And I don't really care. It's not so much I look for appreciation, but if everything I do is not appreciated and just forgotten about, like it never happened, well, it's kind of ridiculous. Makes you not, want to do stuff for people if they don't at least appreciate it. You don't necessarily have to get something in return, but it's nice when you can build a repertoire with somebody, and when you can gain some trust, when you can earn some respect, I guess. So that's 10 minutes, and trust me, I got more. I'll think of more. I'm not doing this for nothing. Have a good night.